the same day the entertainment giant filed a lawsuit against him. Here he is.
When we had the kerfluffle with Disney, that actually helped a lot of CEOs around the country because they could go to their board. They could say, look, we don't want to be the next Disney. We've got to stay out of this stuff, and we've got to focus on the task at hand.
Disney's lawsuit filed today is the biggest escalation in a year-long bitter fight that started when Disney took a stand against legislation which restricts teaching about gender and sexuality in Florida schools, something that was very relevant to many Disney employees. The company is accusing DeSantis of, quote, a targeted campaign of government retaliation, orchestrated at every step by Governor DeSantis as punishment for Disney's protected speech. Out front now, Ben Ginsberg, longtime Republican lawyer. So, Ben, this has been going on. It has now become a centerpiece of the presidential campaign season in the Republican primary. I mean, DeSantis isn't declared formally, but this is right now at the heart of the whole thing. Disney in this lawsuit seeking to block DeSantis's hand-picked oversight board from taking power over Disney World, right? Taking power over the land that surrounds Walt Disney World in Florida. Does Disney have a strong case?
I think Disney does have a strong case. And it's interesting that it comes in this political season. What's particularly interesting about it is that Governor DeSantis is taking a position that is the opposite of small government, free market capitalism that has always undergirded Republican and conservative thought. And so, in a sense, this is a bridge too far. In punishing with this legislation a company that disagrees with him is a fundamental violation of First Amendment principles. Disney, I think, was smart to include contracts clause and takings clause charges. The equal protection and due process means they didn't really have a right to present their case. And it seems at this stage like a real overreach. And while it is fighting the woke company, that is different from this kind of government intrusion and government punishment of one company that disagrees with the government power.
And you know, you mentioned DeSantis and the woke company, right? That's his word. That's what he does. And he thinks it works for him, right? Every time he mentions Disney, he talks about it as a woke company. He's done it again and again over the past year, specifically noting Disney's opposition to the bill that he signed. Just listen to this.
Disney came out against something that was really just about protecting young kids.
I said, we run the state of Florida. We don't subcontract out leadership to a woke company based in California in the state of Florida. We're signing the bill. And I don't care what Disney says.
Disney is not going to have its own government anymore. Disney is going to live under the same laws as everybody else. And Disney is going to pay its fair share of taxes.
The tape's obviously incredibly extensive. Do any of these things hurt him?
Oh, I think it probably does hurt him. I mean, once you get in the court of law, it's going to become clear that, in fact, Disney does pay over $1 billion a year in taxes. And in fact, it is legitimate to raise the point of special tax districts in Florida. There are a number of entities that have them. The Daytona Speedway, for example, is a special tax district. The problem with the case from the DeSantis standpoint is they singled out for government punishment the one company that disagreed with him publicly, and that gets to free speech rights.
Yeah, well, this is going to be fascinating to see because he can't back down now, right? It is now legal. It is also the core of the Republican presidential primary. Thanks so much, Ben Ginsberg. Appreciate it.
Thanks.